Got to give the people, get the people what they want. People been doing their homework. I like it. Let's talk about the domain and range of continuous and discrete functions. All right. So first off, what is a discrete function? A discrete function is a function where the domain and range are separate individual numbers. So, like if you have a graph that looks like this one, this would be discrete because you just have this distinct point, and this distinct point, okay? So this graph is discrete because it is a collection of individual points. So if I asked you the domain of this graph, right, it basically is just, well, what are all the x values? So I'd have this one where the domain is domain x is -1. We have a domain x is 1. That's this one right here. And the domain of 4. So it's -1, 1, and 4. That's my domain. Well, why don't you fill out what you think the range would be? The range is all the y values that are given right here. So what do you think that's going to be? Cool, you looked at it and you were like, oh, well, in this case, y is 1, y is 2, and y is -2. So -2, 1, and 2. That is my range of the function. Boom, boom, boom. Easy. It's just a collection of points. Why don't you write the domain of this? Actually, why don't you write down this table and tell me what you believe the domain is and what you believe the range is of this. And this is another discrete function. So cool, you did that and you were like, Bass, this is easy. Come on now. The domain is all my x values. So 0, 9, 12, -15, and 8. And my range is all my y values. I'll try to put them in order. 2, 6, 6. Actually, I don't even think you need to write 6 twice. You don't. 2, 6, 7, and 10. There's my domain. There's my range. All right. Go ahead and write this last mapping for me. Draw this mapping that's right here. And then tell me what you believe the domain is. So you're looking at this and tell me what you think the range is. Boom, boom. Boom, boom. Well, you're like, Bass, come on now. This is easy. The domain is A, C, F, R, K. If that's the domain, the range is W, X, Y, and Z. These are all examples of discrete functions. So now let's just go to what is the other thing called. It's called a continuous function. So a continuous function is when the domain and range can be any number within some defined interval. This is what we've been working on this whole time. So this looks like the graphs that we most commonly work with and have already learned about. So for example, this right here, right? This is a continuous function. This is a continuous function because it has this graph, right? And it's this point, and this point, and this point, and this point, and everything in between all of those points are also possible, right? So continuous functions have the types of domains and ranges that can be written with inequality signs. So here's an example of a continuous function. Why don't you draw this continuous function that's right here? And then why don't you tell me what the domain and the range of this continuous function are? And notice the lines are drawn in for you. So you paused and you did that and you were like, okay, the domain is, let me see, we go from -5. I know domain is x. I know it goes like this. So we go from -5 all the way out here to infinity. and -5 is a closed dot. So there it is. There's my domain. And my range, well, that's going down my y-axis. It's all the way down here, so it's all the way down at -infinity. So my range is -infinity, this way, y. And my highest point on my range is about right here. That's from 5. And that's at a closed dot. So boom. So were you able to do that? I'm not teaching a lot of that because we've already done that and we spent the whole class period doing that. This is your only homework for tonight. Continuous versus discrete functions, domain and range of each. This should be relatively easy. I hope you guys get this done. We'll work on it tomorrow along with some other things. Mr. Bass, I'm out.